ready for bed. I was just at Eliora's open house. She was fun. They provide an interpreter for Marissa, which is great.
Oh, I'm so glad.
To see, hopefully we really want this one teacher for third grade, so we went to visit Mrs. Clark's class and with the science teacher, and Ellie's teacher. They're still there. I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm done.
Yeah.
That's not a long night ahead.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my gosh. No idea. But also, like, stay as long as you can. Yeah, I was gonna say, stay as long as you can. And if you're
Rabbi McCoon. We are ready to roll.
we're ready to rock and roll.
Here. Oops, sorry. I'm going to flip this around. Okay?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Page 644.
Oh, that's why. There we go.
Yep. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Welcome everybody. This is a lot of firsts for us. First off, it's we're here at Shavuot. It happens to be the first time that Rabbi McCoon and I are leading a congregational service together. We've done religious school stuff together, but this is our first time as partners on the bima, as it were, which is really exciting. It is not the first time that we have had services together for Congregation Beth Emek and Temple Beth Torah, because we do that every year on Shavuot, alternating which congregation we go to. It's the first time that we're doing Shavuot with all three of the area Reformed congregations, with Congregation Shirami of Castro Valley joining us as well. So welcome to everybody who's from whatever congregation. And welcome to our colleague, Rabbi Avi Schulman. Thank you for being with us. How many years does the TBT, CBE, Shavuot thing go back?
It goes back at least 25 years.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great tradition. Okay, we're going to make the next 25 together with Shir Ami. We're going to begin by lighting Yom Tov candles. On page 384, Liz Suffet is going to light our candles. I forgot that part.
There was a lot going on.
It's coming. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Yom Tov.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with a mitzvot, commanding us to light the candles of this festival. May these festival lights open our eyes to the joys in life, beauty that delights the eye, freedom to be ourselves, the knowledge of Torah that shapes our moral being, the heritage of celebration that unites us as a people. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, for giving us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this season.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Let's do that again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Well, before we get any further into the service, let me also say a welcome to people who are watching online. We've got a lot of people watching online tonight. Glad that you are with us as well. They span all of our congregations, I believe. Yes, we've got them from all three congregations. Page 389. Please read with me. Now, summer's prospect, the world ripening and growing softer, the promise of harvest fulfilled, the warming sun lies before us. Now, the vision of Torah, the world at peace and growing gentler, the promise of goodness fulfilled, the loving heart lies open to the mind. Page 392. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah ve'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך, וישתבח, ויתפאר, ויתרומם, ויתנשא, ויתהדר, ויתעלה, ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה, ברכו לעילמים, כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא, ואמרו אמן.
Page 394.
You may be seated. Page 397. How do we find God? We find God revealed in the order of the physical universe, in the compassion of the human heart, and in the guiding wisdom of Torah.
Page 399. Sinai was only the beginning. The Torah has never ceased to grow. In every age, it has been purified and enlarged. It has a permanent core and an expanding periphery. It expands as the horizon of our vision grows. Nor are God's revelations confined to Israel. God has been the inspiration of the great and the good among all families of the earth. God's love and guidance reach out to all the world. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Page 403. Let's read together. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act.
Keep in mind the words I command you today.
Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let these words guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. These words are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you could be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. Page 405. You see at the top of the page a poem, perhaps you're familiar with it. This is by Langston Hughes. And it's placed here, I believe, because it is intended to set up the theme of Geulah, the prayer of redemption, the sense that we are all on a journey going somewhere. And in that sense, we all recapitulate what our ancestors did when they crossed the sea and entered onto their journey, which culminates today at Sinai. Now, a beautiful musical setting of this poem is one of those creative, get ready for it, intertextual commentaries, because this setting by Jeff Klepper combines a poem by the Yiddish poet Yehoash with Langston Hughes. And what I hear in this combination, the first poem is not here in your prayer book, is a poet of downtown and a poet of Harlem, each reflecting in a different way on journeys. And the poem by Yehoash is called The Bridge. And he personifies the bridge and asks the question, what is the prayer of a bridge?
I am the bridge over my neck. The people pass from shore to shore to the happy days in store, to the happy days in store. I am the bridge, endlessly the people pass over me to the land of joy and might, day and night, night and day. God, this is my prayer. This is my prayer. Give me strength their weight to bear. Give me strength their weight to bear. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Hold fast to dreams, hold fast to dreams, hold fast to dreams, hold fast to dreams.
Page 409. May we lie down this night in peace and rise up to life renewed. May this night spread over us a canopy of calm, lifted by the blessing of rest. There will come a time when the morning will bring no word of war, famine, or anguish. There will come a dawn to rejoice in the peace of mind, heart, and being. Praised are you, the source of renewal within us, for the night's rest and for the promise of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 410. Vayedaber Moshe et Moedei Adonai el Bnei Yisrael, and Moses declared the appointed festivals of Adonai to the people of Israel. Page 468. Please rise.
light on my face, on my skin. Water's sweet embrace and the healing wind. Open up my lips that I may declare your resplendentness, glory everywhere. Adonai, Sifatai Tivtah, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sifatai Tivtah, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sifatai Tivtah, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sifatai Tivtah, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Kornei Hakol, Ve'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayim emunato, Lishenei afar, Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol.
Page 473. We read responsively, Your might, O God, renews the earth with dewdrops of light and blessing. Let the earth be illumined and blessed. With dewdrops of joy and delight, let the earth rejoice and sing out. With dewdrops of life and well-being, let the earth be revived and improved.
With dewdrops of redemption, let the earth be redeemed.
Livracha v'lo liklala, L'sova v'lo lerazon, Livracha v'lo liklala. Livracha v'lo liklala, L'sova v'lo lerazon, Livracha v'lo liklala. לחיים ולא למוות, לחיים, לחיים ולא למוות, לחיים, לחיים, לברכה ולא לקללה, לטובה ולא לרעה, לברכה ולא לקללה, לברכה, לברכה, לברכה.
Page 475. Prayer is not purely an act. All things pray, and all things pour forth their souls. The heavens pray, the earth prays, every creature and every living thing. In all life there is longing. Creation is itself but a longing, a kind of prayer to the Almighty. What are the clouds, the rising and setting of the sun, the soft radiance of the moon, and the gentleness of the night? What are the flashes of the human mind and the storms of the human heart? They are all prayers, the wordless outpouring of boundless longing for God. Praise the light that shines before us, through us, and after us.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Ha'el HaKadosh.
You may be seated. Let's continue reading on page 481, and we'll read together. Many generations later, redeemed from slavery, Abraham and Sarah's descendants stood at Mount Sinai. The ancient promise was to be confirmed, the ancient mandate reasserted and enlarged, the ancient covenant renewed and sealed to bind all future generations. When God revealed the Torah, no bird chirped, no fowl beat its wings, no ox bellowed, the angels did not sing, the sea did not stir, no creature uttered a sound. The world was silent and still, and the divine voice spoke, I, the Eternal, am your God. Let's alternate between Hebrew and English and put the amens at the end of the English. Together, Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tova. This day, remember us for well-being. Amen. Ufokdenu vo livracha. This day, bless us with your nearness.
Amen.
V'hoshienu vo l'chayim. This day, help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
Page 488.
Shalom Rab al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rab al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech hador lechol hashavot. Ki ata
let's take a moment for silent prayer. Page 493, and this is a setting for the prayer at the top of the page with just ever so slightly different words. Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit, create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit, create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit, create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit, create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. We have come to the Torah service, and in a moment we're going to take the Torah from the ark and bring it around, and then there is a custom that when we are just about to hear the Ten Commandments, we're all going to stand, because we all stood together at Sinai to hear them the first time around. Please turn to page 495. Let's read in the middle of the page. You shall count 7 weeks. Start to count the 7 weeks when the sickle is first put to the standing grain. Then you shall observe the Feast of Weeks for Adonai your God, offering your free will contribution according as Adonai your God has blessed you. If you turn to page 496, you see that on the festivals you insert an additional text for taking the Torah from the ark, and that's that second prayer on page 396. Please rise. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum Bechanun Adonai, 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 El Rachum Bechanun Adonai, Erech Apayim V'Rav Chesed V'Emet Adonai, Notzer Chesed Lalafim, Notzer Avon V'Chesha V'Chata V'Nakeh, Adonai,
Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun Adonai, 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 El Rachum V'Chanun Adonai, Erech Apayim V'Rav Chesed V'Emet Adonai, Notzeh Chesed L'Alachim, Notzeh Avon L'Chesha, V'Chata'a V'Nakeh. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun Adonai, 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 El Rachum V'Chanun Adonai.
You may be seated. That's at your discretion. It is your choice.
So there are some who say, this is the traditional rabbinic answer. Well, there are some who say you only wear a talit when the light is out, so you could see the difference between the white and the tchelet, or the blue. There are others who say whenever a Torah is out, you wear a talit. Each is a rabbinic answer. Anytime. Elu ve'elu, Dvarim Adonai. Speaking about Dvarim Adonai, words from God, let's talk about some of the words from God that we're going to be reading about today. So we, this evening, are going to be reading the 10 Commandments, as we often do during Shavuot. I almost said Rosh Hashanah. We're not quite there yet. Shavuot. And there are some commandments there. 10 of them. New? What's new? So here's the thing. One could make an argument. Why these 10? Supposedly there are 613 commandments in the Torah, and each of them is pretty important. Some of them, the importance is more obvious to us than others. But then also, why isn't in the 10 Commandments to love your neighbor as yourself, welcome the stranger, all of these other things that are so important to us? I'm not God. Big surprise. I personally am not God. I don't know why these 10. But God, in this section of the Torah, is making decisions actually that we make all of the time. When you meet somebody new, when you are welcoming somebody into a community, there are certain decisions that we have to make. What are the first words that we want you to hear, and how do we want you to experience it? If you've ever been to an onboarding at a new job and you have to go through the HR policies, sometimes there's read this page, sign here, or there's somebody who's reading and it says, make sure not to be late to work, and the dress policy is this, and make sure that you clock in at X time. And it's really just not that interesting, and you're not really going to remember most of the things that are said. However, before these 10 commandments were spoken to Am Yisrael, we read from chapter 19, directly before these commandments, that on the third day, as morning dawned, there was thunder and lightning and a dense cloud upon the mountain and a very loud blast of the horn, and all the people who were in the camp trembled. Moses led the people out of the camp toward God, and they took their places at the foot of the mountain. And now Mount Sinai was all in smoke, for Adonai had come down upon it in fire, and the smoke rose like the smoke of a kiln, and the whole mountain trembled violently, and the blare of the horn grew louder and louder. As Moses spoke, God answered him in thunder. This is no HR onboarding meeting. This is a ritual. This is God and Moses partnering to make sure that this is an experience that is so important that we have a special holiday to acknowledge the experience every year, to remind ourselves of this big moment that is not to be overlooked. And I can't speak for God on those 10. I can agree with the not murdering and not stealing and honoring your parents. Those seem like pretty good ones. But at the end of the day, whatever the words were that came from God at that moment had to be exactly the right ones. Those had to be the right ones that Am Yisrael would remember year after year after year. Came you here at Zone. May this be God's will. So,
Call up our participants here. Let's
oh,
see.
that's this one.
That's what you.
There we go.
Don't mind. Yeah, okay, there we go. So you'll be able to follow along. Thank you, Trish, for passing out the Chumash. If you want to read along, you're going to find 10 Commandments on page 476 of the Chumash. Not the prayer book, but the Torah commentary, page 476. It is Exodus chapter 20, beginning in verse 1. Again, Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. That page may actually have the 10 Commandments set out separately as its own page. Did I get that right? Did I give you the page where they're all laid out there in their own page. So our Torah chanter, our Ba'alat Kriyah today is Susie Mosca, and the Aliyah will be recited by Cheryl Cohen. Ta'amod Chaya Badov V'Pesach. I'll go stand over on that side. The text. Here's my copy of the text. Here's the, hold on 1 second. I'm going to get my copy. There we go. Okay, switch places. Yeah.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Right Elohim et kol hadvarim ha'ele lemor. Anochi Adonai Elohecha asher hotzeticha me'eretz Mitzrayim mibeit avadim. Lo yihye lecha Elohim achirim apenai. Lo ta'aseh lecha vesel v'kol timonah asher b'shamayim mimah v'asher be'aretz mitachat v'asher b'mayim mitachat la'aretz. Lo tishakav lahem v'lo ta'avdeim ki anochi Adonai Elohecha El kanav poked avon avod abanim al shileshim haribim l'sonai ve'oseh chesed la'alafim le'ohavai u'shomrei mitzvotai lo tisa et shem Adonai Elohecha lashav ki lo yinakel Adonai et asher yisa et shemo lashav. Zachor et yom hashabbat l'kodsho sheshet yamim ta'avod ועשית כל מלאכתך ביום השביעי שבת לאדוני אלוהיך לא תעשה כל מלאכה אתה ובנך ובתך עבדך ואמתך ובהמתך ובגרך אשר בשעריך כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ את היום ואת כל אשר בם וינח ביום השביעי על כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו כבד את אביך ואת אמך למען יאריכון ימיך על האדמה אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך לא תרצח לא תנאף לא תגנוב לא תענה ברעך את שקר לא תחמוד בית רעך לא תחמוד אשת רעך ואהבתו ואמתו ושרו וקמרו וכל אשר לרעך.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yishar kochech. Yishar kochech. And John, if you would please do the honors here.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai la lai 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 lai, yai la la lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai.
Oh, that was so beautiful, Susie. Thank you. My gosh. We're going to do some announcements now, and actually, Susie, I think you're back up for our announcements for, we're going to do all 3 congregations. Any announcements you got, just lay it on us. So Susie Mosca is she is the chair of our events committee. Chair of our events committee.
This one works, I guess. Hag Sabeach. I'm Susie Maska, events chair. Welcome to Rabbi Zoe McCoon and to members from Temple Beth Torah and from Congregation Shir Ami. Thank you, Rabbi Milder, and to Rabbi Zoe McCoon for leading us in worship. I would also like to thank our tech mensches, as always, for doing the behind-the-scenes work for this service to be live-streamed. And as always, I am deeply grateful to the many volunteers for creating the oneg this evening. Shabbat evening services will take place at 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Torah service will take place Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Shabbat morning services will begin at 10:30 in the morning and will be led in great part by Ethan Rosler. The CBE annual membership meeting will be accessible in person and online and will take place Tuesday, May 30th in the evening. Thursday evening, June 8th, Bauer Kahn will interview Dr. Heidi Roop about how citizens can best take action on climate and encourage their legislators to act. More details can be found in the Once Around or in the newsletters from Temple Beth Torah and Congregation Shirmi. Hag Sameach.
Unfortunately, our challah baking scheduled for this weekend has been postponed till the fall. It turned out to be too busy of a weekend, but we have our congregational meeting on Sunday, June 4th, but preceding the meeting is a mitzvah day. We were the recipients of a securities grant, which has allowed us to have new windows and new alarm system and other upgrades. And so we are going to do some other fixing up before our congregation meeting. So if anybody's not busy on the morning of June 9th, June 4th, you can come and join us. You don't have to be members. Thank you.
Just want to check. Shermi, Congress, are there any announcements that you want to make?
We did our annual meeting already.
You're set, huh? Gosh, yeah, okay, thank you. So after the service is over, we're going to gather in the back of the room for Kiddush and Motzi. And so you want to pick up a cup of wine or grape juice, and we've got both, right? Yeah, so the red cups will be wine, the white cups will be grape juice, and then, and help yourself to refreshments, and then in a few minutes, after everybody's got some nosh and time to say hello and meet one another, we're going to sit down at these tables for study, for Tikkun Leil Shavuot, the tradition that one studies on the evening of Shavuot, just as Torah was being revealed to us, and we're going to do a tag team kind of study session here. Let's continue now with Aleinu, page 586.
Please rise. Aleinu leshabeach la'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. Va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noten shamayim ve'yoser haaretz umoshav yikaro b'shamayim imal ushchinatu zo Begav meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, emet malkeinu efesulato, kakatuv betorato, ve'adata hayom ve'hashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, b'shamayim ima'al, ve'al haaretz mitachat einod, ve'nemar ve'haya Adonai lemelech al kol Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad.
Please turn to page 597. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Mourner's Cottage, page 598. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, ba'alma tivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'yimru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudisha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Da'amiran b'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. You may be seated, but stay on that page because our closing song is that very last line. Shalom Piroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Say Shalom Piroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oh, say Shalom Piroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Say shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Roma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oh, say Shalom b'Roma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Let's do it again. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Israel. Chag Sameach. Let's join together in the social hall for Kiddush and Motzi.